Hey Virgo, welcome back to the channel. So I pulled some cards for you today, and honestly what came through is really interesting because the energy is showing me two very distinct people in your reading, and the contrast between these two connections is pretty significant. I just want to sit down and walk you through what I am seeing here because this is one of those readings where the cards are being very clear about two different paths and two different energies coming toward you. Before we dive into the specific cards, let me just say that if this resonates with you at any point, drop a comment below. I always love hearing from you guys about how these readings land, because sometimes the universe has a way of confirming things through tarot that you might have already been feeling intuitively, but maybe we're not quite sure about yet. So let me pull the first card here for you, Virgo, and what I got is the Page of Swords. And right away, this card is telling me about someone who is very communicative, very curious, very mental. This is someone who loves to talk, loves to exchange ideas, loves to learn. The Page of Swords energy is youthful in the sense that it is always seeking new information, always asking questions, always wanting to understand things on a deeper intellectual level. Now, this could be someone who is literally younger than you, or it could be someone who just has this very fresh approach to life, very open-minded, very willing to explore new concepts and ideas. What I find really fascinating about this Page of Swords showing up first is that this person brings a certain kind of mental stimulation into your life. You know how sometimes you meet someone and conversations with them just flow differently? Like you can talk for hours and it never gets boring because they always have something interesting to say, or they ask you questions that make you think about things in a new way. That is the energy I am getting here. This person is sharp, they are witty, they might even be a little bit playful in how they communicate with you. There is this sense of someone who keeps you on your toes mentally. But here's what I want you to understand about the Page of Swords energy. This is a card that can sometimes indicate someone who is still figuring things out. Pages in tarot are students, they are learners, they are at the beginning of their journey in their respective suit. So the Page of Swords is still learning how to wield the sword, which represents the mental realm, communication, truth, clarity. This person might still be developing their sense of direction in life. They might have a lot of ideas, but not always the follow-through yet. They might be great at starting conversations, but not always great at finishing them or following up on plans. There is also this quality with the Page of Swords, where sometimes people can be all talk and not enough action. They might say they are going to do something. They might get really excited about an idea or a plan, but then when it comes time to actually execute, they hesitate, or they change their mind, or they get distracted by something else that seems more interesting in the moment. So this is someone who has wonderful qualities, do not get me wrong, but they are still maturing in certain ways. They are still learning how to balance their intellectual curiosity with actual concrete action and commitment. When I look at this card in the context of your question about wealth and indecision, I am starting to see that this might be the person who struggles with indecision. The Page of Swords can absolutely represent someone who overthinks things, someone who analyzes every possible angle until they talk themselves in circles. They can see all the different possibilities and all the different outcomes, and instead of that clarity helping them make a decision, it actually paralyzes them. They get stuck in their own head. They keep gathering more information thinking that if they just understand one more thing or consider one more perspective, then they will be able to make the right choice. But that moment of decisive action keeps getting pushed further and further away. Now let me pull the next card because I want to see more about this connection. The second card that came through is the Three of Cups, and this is really telling because the Three of Cups is about celebration, friendship, community, joy, social connection. So this person, this Page of Swords energy, is someone who brings fun into your life. There is lightness here, there is laughter, there is good times. You probably enjoy being around this person because they make life feel more playful and more social. Maybe you have mutual friends, or maybe this person is just someone who is very good at creating a sense of camaraderie and togetherness. The Three of Cups can also indicate someone who is very social in general, Like they have a lot of friends. They are always connecting with different people. They are the kind of person who knows someone everywhere they go. There is a warmth to this card, a sense of celebration and enjoyment of life. But here is what I am also seeing with the Three of Cups in this position. Sometimes this card can indicate someone who is maybe a little too focused on the social aspect of life and not focused enough on building something substantial. Like they are great at having a good time, they are wonderful company, but when it comes to really buckling down and building something serious or committing to something long-term, that is where the energy starts to waver. The combination of Page of Swords and Three of Cups together is painting a picture for me of someone who is intellectually stimulating and socially enjoyable to be around, but there is this lack of groundedness, this lack of commitment to a clear direction. This person might be someone who is still figuring out what they want, still exploring different options, still keeping things light and non-committal. And when I think about the theme of your reading about one person bringing wealth, and another suffering from indecision, I am getting a stronger sense that this first person we are looking at is the one who is going to struggle with making clear decisions about where they want to go and what they want to build with you. Let me pull another card to get more clarity on this first person. The third card I am pulling is the Ace of Wands. And okay, this is interesting because the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, passion, inspiration, creative energy, that spark of something new. So this person does have genuine feelings. There is real attraction here. There is real interest. The Ace of Wands is that initial burst of excitement when you meet someone and there is chemistry and there is potential and everything feels fresh and new and full of possibility. This person is definitely interested in you, Virgo. They definitely feel that spark. But here is what I need you to understand about an ace. An ace is just the seed, it is just the beginning, it is just the potential. It has not grown into anything yet. It has not developed roots, it has not become a stable tree that can weather storms. It is just that initial spark. And when you combine the Ace of Wands with the Page of Swords energy we talked about earlier, what I am seeing is someone who is great at beginnings, great at that initial excitement, great at pursuing something when it is new and interesting, but not necessarily great at sustaining that energy over time or developing it into something more mature and committed. The Ace of Wands can burn bright and then burn out if it is not properly tended to and nurtured. And with this Page of Swords energy being someone who is still learning, still figuring things out, still somewhat scattered in their focus, I am concerned that this person might start strong with you, but then their indecision and their tendency to overthink and their lack of follow-through might cause this initial spark to fizzle out before it ever becomes a real fire. They might get excited about the idea of building something with you, but when it comes to actually doing the work of building it, actually making the tough decisions, actually committing to a direction, that is where they are going to struggle. So that is person number one, someone who is mentally stimulating, socially fun, who has genuine attraction and interest in you, but who suffers from indecision and an inability to commit to a clear path forward. Now let me show you person number two, because the energy here is completely different. The fourth card I pulled is the Sun, and wow, Virgo, this is such a powerful card to get for the second person. The Sun is about success, abundance, vitality, clarity, achievement, joy that comes from actual accomplishment. This is not just having a good time socially like the Three of Cups. This is deep fulfillment that comes from building something real and substantial. The Sun is one of the most positive cards in the entire deck, and when it shows up to represent a person, it tells me this is someone who has their life together, someone who has clarity about who they are and what they want, someone who shines brightly because they have done the work on themselves. This second person has a very different energy from the first person we looked at. Where the first person was scattered and indecisive, this second person knows exactly what they want. Where the first person was still learning and figuring things out, this second person has already done a lot of their personal growth work, and they are in a place of confidence and self-assurance. The Sun represents someone who is successful, who is accomplished, who has built something meaningful in their life. This could be someone who is doing well in their career, someone who has financial stability, someone who has a clear vision for their future and is actively working toward it. When I see the Sun card representing a person in your reading about wealth, I immediately think this is the person who can bring that abundant energy into your life. This is someone who does not just talk about success, they actually embody it. They have results to show for their efforts. They have built something real, and they want to share that abundance with you. The sun is generous, it shines its light on everything around it, it helps things grow. This person has the capacity to help you grow, to support your own success, to create a partnership where both people are thriving and moving forward together. There is also something about the sun that speaks to authenticity and honesty. This person is not playing games. They are not trying to be something they are not. What you see is what you get. They are straightforward, they are genuine, they are someone you can trust because they have nothing to hide. They are comfortable in their own skin, and that confidence is really attractive. It is the kind of confidence that does not need to prove itself or show off. It just is. It is solid and real and grounded. Let me pull the next card for this second person. The fifth card is the Knight of Swords, and this is telling me that this person is someone who takes action. The Knight of Swords is fast-moving, decisive, direct, someone who does not sit around overthinking things endlessly. When they decide they want something, they go after it. They cut through confusion and ambiguity with clarity and purpose. They are intellectually sharp, like the Page of Swords we saw with the first person. But the difference is that the Knight has matured. The Knight has learned how to actually use the sword effectively. The Knight knows how to take that mental clarity and translate it into real-world action. This is someone who makes decisions and then follows through. This is someone who says what they mean and means what they say. There is no wishy-washy energy here, no endless deliberation, no analysis paralysis. The Knight of Swords sees what needs to be done and does it. In the context of a relationship or connection, this person is not going to waste your time. If they are interested in you, they will make it clear. If they want to build something with you, they will take the steps to make it happen. They are not going to leave you guessing or wondering where you stand. Now, I do want to mention that the Knight of Swords can sometimes be a little intense or even blunt in their communication. They value honesty and directness, and they do not always have a lot of patience for emotional processing or beating around the bush. So this person might be someone who is very straightforward with you, maybe even brutally honest at times. But I think for you, Virgo, that might actually be refreshing, because Virgos tend to appreciate clear communication and practicality. You do not want someone who is going to play mind games or keep you in limbo. You want someone who knows what they want and is willing to go after it. And that is exactly what the Knight of Swords energy brings. The combination of the Sun and Knight of Swords for this second person is really powerful because it is showing me someone who has both the inner light and confidence and the ability to take decisive action in the world. This is not just someone who has big dreams. This is someone who makes their dreams reality. This is not just someone who talks about success. This is someone who achieves it. And in terms of the wealth aspect of your reading, I am seeing that this person either already has financial abundance or they are on a very clear path to creating it because they have the focus, the determination, and the follow-through to make things happen. Let me pull one more card to see what this connection with the second person could lead to for you, Virgo. The sixth and final card is the Ten of Cups. And oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful card to end on. The Ten of Cups is the card of emotional fulfillment, lasting happiness, harmonious partnership, family, legacy, the kind of deep contentment that comes from building a life with someone you love. This is not just a fling or a fun time. This is the real deal. This is the kind of connection that has the potential to become something truly meaningful and lasting. The Ten of Cups is about having it all in the emotional realm. It is about a relationship where you feel seen and valued and supported. It is about creating a home together, whether that is a literal home or just a sense of emotional home where you both feel safe and loved. It is about shared values, shared vision for the future, shared commitment to building something beautiful together. When I see the Ten of Cups as the outcome for this second person, it tells me that this connection has serious long-term potential. This is someone you could build a real future with. And when I connect this back to the Sun and the Knight of Swords, the story becomes even clearer. This second person brings clarity and success into your life through the Sun. They bring decisive action and forward movement through the Knight of Swords. And the ultimate outcome is deep emotional fulfillment and lasting partnership through the Ten of Cups. This is someone who does not just offer you excitement or fun in the moment. They offer you a real foundation for a future together. They offer you stability and growth and the possibility of creating something that lasts. So Virgo, let me summarize what the cards are showing me here. You have two people in your energy right now or coming into your energy soon. The first person, represented by Page of Swords, Three of Cups, and Ace of Wands, is someone who is mentally stimulating, socially enjoyable, and who has genuine interest in you, but they suffer from indecision and lack of follow-through. They are great at the beginning stages, great at the spark, but they struggle to develop that spark into a real flame. They overthink things, they get stuck in their own head, they have trouble committing to a clear direction. This is the person who will suffer from indecision, as your title mentioned. The second person, represented by the Sun, Knight of Swords, and Ten of Cups, is someone who is successful, confident, decisive, and action-oriented. They know what they want, they go after it, and they have the capability to bring real wealth and abundance into your life, both materially and emotionally. This is someone who offers you not just excitement, but actual stability and long-term potential. This is the person who can help you build something real and lasting, the person who aligns with the wealth aspect of your reading. The cards are being pretty clear here, Virgo, about which connection has more potential for creating the kind of future you probably want. The first person might be fun and interesting in the short term, but the second person offers you something much more substantial and meaningful. My guidance for you would be to pay attention to how people show up for you through their actions, not just their words. Anyone can talk a good game, anyone can create initial excitement, but the person who is really worth your time and energy is the person who follows through, who makes decisions, who shows you through consistent action that they are serious about building something with you. You deserve someone who matches your level of commitment and your vision for the future, Virgo. You deserve someone who does not waste your time with indecision and endless deliberation. Trust what the cards are showing you here and be willing to choose the connection that offers real potential over the connection that just offers momentary excitement. I hope this reading brought you some clarity. Drop a comment and let me know if this resonates with your current situation. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next reading.